piggybacking off of Marco's stream, people ask me to go live. So if one of them is you, pull up. Let's chop it up. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. It's an impromptu stream. Hopefully y'all saw my interview earlier with the man Trey Williams out of Bud and Bomax Gym, B&B. That was great. My first interview actually on my channel, so I think it went well. It gave us a lot of insight into the gym without giving away too much, and yeah, I really enjoyed that. So we're gonna have more interviews in the future. You know, he's a amateur right now, right on the precipice, really, of going pro. So I like to embrace young fighters, you know, as they come up. It's definitely a solid dude, man. We talk offline, and yeah, I appreciate him. Shout out to Trey Boom Boom Williams out of Bud and Bomac Gym. So yeah, that was a great interview earlier. Yeah, I know I didn't schedule this one, so maybe it'll take a while for people to filter in. But hey, I respect it. Even if I'm talking to the one or two, I respect y'all. We do have other things coming up this week. I got an interview with a big YouTube content creator by the name of Banky Pound, who mainly covers his his time in the I forget what state it is. He's out of DC, so I would assume in that area that the prison his prison time in there. But not to glorify that, nothing at all. He doesn't do that. He tries to tell you what he's been through, um, to keep keep people, young people, out of prison, to keep y'all making positive choices. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, and we also going to talk about, obviously, the big fight card this week, and that's the main purpose of the interview. He's a boxer, right? He's deep in the boxing game. That's how he kept people up off him when he was doing time, and yeah. But he's a real righteous boxing fan. You know, not just some. Y'all are gonna get to know him. Okay, I'll save that. But yeah, Friday at 4 p.m. my time Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. Y'all tune in for that Banky interview. I'm sorry I missed yesterday. I said I wanted to go live every day this week, but hey, I did two on Tuesday, so that makes up, or two on Wednesday, so that makes up for the one I missed yesterday. But yeah. All right. Hey, shout out Grio. He said, hey man, pull up on the panel. We're gonna freestyle this shit, and we're really talking about all the fights coming up this weekend. So please hit that link. I think I got the StreamYard posted to the top. If not, I'll hit you. Here, let's make sure we do that. I'll give me a moment for maintenance. Okay, we got some more people coming in the building. Y'all bear with me. Again, without the two screens, it's just getting hard to get used to. But yeah, at least Grio, anybody else that wants to pull up, I would really appreciate it. Let me see. So I hit that. Oh, I gotta go. I gotta go to YouTube to put it up. All right, y'all. But anyway, yeah. So I had the interview today, my first interview. And then I'll have another interview with a very different kind of interview with Banky Pound. And he's got like, I don't know, 30K subscribers, something like that. I can't even tell any number off the top of my head, but big time channel. And I appreciate him coming down here to collaborate with me. I'm only 4.5 months in the game, and I haven't even been consistent. So yeah, shout out to him. Let's see here. But yeah, Grillo, I would love to have you up here. You know more about boxing than me. Oh, I see where I messed up. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So y'all know the main topic of the conversation, right? It's or the biggest fight, the biggest perceived fight. I don't see it as that even as y'all do, but the in the perception of the public, it would be Tio Shakur, right? So I would really like a technical breakdown from the people on either side, right? Because I'm not gonna jump out of pocket and act like it's just ridiculous for either fighter to win. But yeah, anyone who wants to give a real analysis and just say, rather than say I like this dude and he's gonna win because he tickles my fancy, I would like to hear from you. Real boxing analysis. I think I got it. Yeah, I'm trying to sorry y'all. God, shit was so much easier with two screens. I'm just trying to drop the link. Here we go. Boom. But yeah, okay. So anyone that wants to pull up with an opinion about um, either Tio Shakur or any of the other great fights we have this weekend, feel free. I just pinned the link. So yeah, otherwise I'll keep cooking. And man, for real, I just see a skills gap between Shakur and Tio that Tio rather will not be able to overcome. Like, and granted, granted, and people are gonna bitch about this until the end of time. I can tell you, like, if I had to write a script, if I was a movie writer, I could tell you exactly how the fight will play out. It's gonna be, um, I got you, Grio. Let me cook for a second. I'm gonna let you land. But it's gonna be fucking Shakur maintaining distance. People will say he's quote unquote running. They will say it's boring, and so they'll be unsatisfied. Um, and I don't see it playing out any other way. He's gonna do what he needs to do to win. He don't give a fuck about y'all entertaining the fans. He says, "I did that" versus what was the last boy, Zapata, and yeah, that's how he's gonna cook it. But he is not gonna let this opportunity slip through his fingers in order to please you fans. Grio, salute to you. Shout out. Let me give him an introduction. He's been on here before, but yeah, he's from New York. He's well more educated in boxing than me, so I'm definitely honored to have him on here. He's my homeboy in real life. We chop it up about real shit. Okay, hey, I pass it to you. You got the mic.
Yeah, what's going on, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I think the Teofimo and Shakur fight is interesting to a degree. But then I go back to the fights which I see as blueprints for when Teofimo struggles, creating his own offense coming forward is the Sandor Martin fight, which he clearly lost, and the Jermaine Ortiz fight, which he arguably lost as well. But I think the Sandor Martin fight was pretty clear that Teofimo needs guys who are there for him to be hit, for him to hit. He needs guys who are there to help him create his offense. So Shakur is not that guy. He's too defensively sound. His IQ is too high. So I think this fight is just gonna be one of those fights. you know, Shakur doesn't really have to do that much to win. Now I think if Shakur goes outside of himself and now he tries to force things, he gets frustrated. Then I think that you're playing into Teofimo. But I think he's a more skilled fighter. He's a smarter fighter. Um, Teofimo is athletic. He is fast. I don't think he has. as much power since he moved up to 140. I mean, that's evidence he hasn't knocked anybody out. Who's he? I think he's knocked out one guy maybe. I don't think he's knocked out anybody at 140.
Yeah, I would say zero. I don't believe
Yeah,
so.
so he's knocked out zero guys at 140. As compared to 135 where he had legitimate power. So I don't even think that advantage is there either, honestly. So I don't know, man. It's such a weekend of it's such a day of boxing. It's so ridiculous
Yo,
how stacked Saturday is. I got so much to
yeah.
do, and I just kind of want to like not do anything and watch boxing, but I, I don't have the luxury to do that. But it's
No,
just
now
so
you're
much
talking my
boxing.
language, so I understand. I know you hustling. But shut up,
Yeah,
my man Grillo, man. We both kind of on the back foot right now, but we got plans. We gonna run it up, man, this year. But
yeah,
yeah, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. But no,
yeah.
you make a great point that how do I want to phrase this? It's like boxing boxing could be so much better. Like I don't know. I see a change around the corner. Um, it's like Zuffa is popping up, right? We got this fight. We got a stacked weekend, and no one, more to the point, no one is talking about all these other fights. It's all the focus is on Shakur Tio, and we talking about Zayas and fucking Abbas. We talking about Jarrell Miller on the undercard. We talking about Jermaine Ortiz and Keyshawn Davis. Take you take the reins, man. Anywhere you want to go with that, you know what I'm talking about, man.
We got Bakram versus we got Murders Aliyev versus Josh Kelly. Like, I
There you
mean, it's
go.
just it's
He
just too
said
many.
murders
It's too many.
Alia.
It's too much.
You a
It's too
fool.
much. I don't know. I don't know what to like.
Yeah.
I think maybe the Kelly. I think the Murders Aliyev fight is earlier. I'm pretty sure that's in the UK. I believe it is in the UK. So I think that fight should be earlier. I mean, those of us who've been following Murders Aliyev for a while, and we watched Josh Kelly on the come up, and we saw him against I forgot his name, the Armenian. I forgot his name, but that was Josh Kelly's first real test, and it didn't go the way that he planned, he and his team planned. That was a while back. Um, that was a while back. And things happen in boxing. Sometimes you don't fight the way that you want to. Sometimes you run into a tough matchup, and he did lose a lot of blood in that fight. That was Josh Kelly did lose a lot of blood in that fight against. I'm forgetting the name. I'm forgetting the name. Dude that Crawford beat on BLK Prime. I can't remember. I can't think of his name right now. It's just on the tip of my tongue, but yeah,
I'm sorry. You said the dude that Crawford beat?
yeah, on BLK Prime when he
my Madrimov?
no, 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 that
No.
was that was
I'm
after.
sorry. I was kind of. I'm sorry. Um,
It was an irrelevant fight.
I
It
mean
was such an
Crawford beat
irrelevant.
everybody.
It was just a money. It was one of the money grab fights where it's like, all right, cool. BLK is gonna pay me a couple $1 million to beat. Oh, damn, I can't think of his name. But either
All
way,
good.
it's a good fight. Murtaza Aliyev hasn't fought in 15 months since the Tim Tszyu demolition, and which is crazy
Right.
because Tim Tszyu has fought I think about 3 or 4 times since then. Like
Yeah. Champions and shit.
everybody talks about, oh, they want to fight this guy, unify, and then Murtaza Aliyev is like just been sitting on a back burner. Everybody else has momentum and he doesn't, and so part of me is like, maybe that's what Hearn and them are seeing. Maybe that's why they took the fight because yeah, he looks scary, he's a killer or whatever, but being out 15 months, like being out of the ring, and having to make weight and all these other things, like maybe it's not going to be the fight that we expect. I mean, I expect him to steamroll Kelly, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people do. But I think with those circumstances, the 15 months off, the making weight, um, it might be a more interesting fight than we think. My brain is like I said, there's
Okay.
just so many fights.
I'll
My
give you
brain is
that.
just my brain is just like where
No, no,
where to
no.
go
It's all
next.
good, man. And we're gonna cook through them, Elaine. As long it's way later for you than it is for me, and way colder for you also. Yo,
Yeah,
how's the snow going, man?
man, the snow's ugly everywhere. It don't. New York is just.
Bruh.
It's the most snow that we've seen down here. Like anywhere, New York City, Long Island, anywhere below like Westchester and below. I think this is the most snow that we've seen in a long time. Anybody upstate, they see the snow all the time, so they don't really care. Honestly, they're used to this. But us, it's just the snow is everywhere.
Oh man.
And it made me think like if you're really disabled, if you're old, if you're like ill, the world doesn't really care about you.
Mhm.
That's what I realized. The world does not give a shit about you if you are in
Yo,
any of those situations, and it's not right, honestly. But it is what it is, I
no,
guess.
no, it's not. And I'm 20 years away, but I'll prepare myself the best I can, not to be morbid. But hey, man, the game is the
Yeah.
game, right? Like you said. Um, oh shit. Okay, okay. Let's take it back to boxing. Me feeling yeah. Um, okay. So outside of Teofimo and Shakur, what fight are you most looking forward to this weekend specifically?
I do like the Zayas and Baru
I don't
fight.
know.
Um,
Maybe you got to dig deeper.
I mean, Baru and Zayas
Exactly.
apparently
That's
they've
where I'm
worked
at with it.
together.
Go
They've
ahead.
sparred a lot together, so it should be an interesting fight. And I think people are kind of like, I think this is one of those fights where, Zayas came up. He came up. He was the prospect. I remember when he was a prospect. I remember when he had all the hype at Top Rank. And I think because people get seasoned, you kind of just you're not I don't know, maybe people are a little bit lower on him because 154 is so stacked. You have guys like Ennis and
It
Ortiz, and
is.
so Zayas doesn't feel like he has the name recognition of those other
Man,
guys. He's not as exciting as them, but if he beats Baru, he's a unified champion. Like I don't even think
okay.
that's my most exciting fight.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think that
Two of the
undercard.
four.
I think the Hitchens fight versus Duarte is a tough fight because Hitchens fought Lemos a couple years ago in a fight that a lot of us thought he lost against a pressure guy, and I think this Duarte fight could be very tough for him as well. That's a very interesting fight.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
I didn't feel that he lost. Duarte, man, I wasn't impressed. And maybe I haven't just I granted, I'm gonna put this on the table. Maybe I just haven't seen enough of him, but that losing to fucking Ryan Garcia, he's doing the sushi roll, the Victorville roll, whatever you want to call it. That shit was not it, man. He couldn't find a way to penetrate. No, Tootie, he couldn't find a way to penetrate that fucking bullshit ass defense. It's like, what the fuck, man? You got to have a higher IQ than that. Yo, Rob, let me pull this up. Shit is funny. I already did, but I might do it again on the stream. Spark the weed, CJ. Yeah, man, I got this California Kush. But yo, anyone else? Feel free to pull up. It's a little bit different on this laptop, but I think I can see everyone. Um, hey man, say man. Shout out Mo Brains for the salute. Yeah. Come on, man. Y'all talk shit. We was just talking shit on Marcos and fucking oh boy asked me to fucking go live, so I was like, fuck it. Why not?
Yo, look at this card
Why
though.
not go live?
Adamas. I didn't even know Adamas was fighting Austin Williams.
Adamas and ammo. Okay,
That's
so
a
let's keep
that's a
cooking. Thank you.
that's an
Get me back
entertaining
on track.
fight.
Who you got?
I mean, Adamas is the more skilled fighter by far. It's more has better wins, but that doesn't mean this can't be an exciting fight because
Hey,
Emma
fuck the
Williams
resume.
has no defense. He just he's just offensive minded. So this could be an entertaining fight for as long as it lasts, for sure.
Okay. Okay. I hear you. And as long as we've been talking boxing, you kind of schooled me. You brought me into the game to think about this shit critically. But now that I've been talking this shit for a few years on YouTube, I got to ask you this. What is your number one criteria for a fighter? I always say I'm the eye test guy. Are you the resume guy? Are you the quote unquote skills guy? What is your number one? I don't know. It's multi-layered. Granted, it's multi-layered. But what is your number one criteria, champ? Rio, speak to me.
So there was a time when I was big on the eye test. I remember Julian Williams. He was one of those guys. Eye test. Erickson Lubin, another guy. Eye test. A couple other guys. And then when they fought guys who could punch, their chins were exposed against lesser competition. They were steaming. Their skills prevailed. They were able to show off multiple levels. But when things actually became tough, their chins didn't hold up. Their stamina didn't hold up. And so I realized the eye test isn't infallible. I think it's, obviously, like you said, it's going to
No,
be a combination of like skills and all of that. But I think you have to fight. You have to face that first real tough competition. And it doesn't matter if it's A level, it could be a C level fighter, it could be a B level fighter. I need to see you against real tough competition. How does your chin look? How does your stamina hold up? How are you able to really adjust? And obviously some people are supreme talents, so that's never gonna happen. But I think even some of the greatest fighters of all time have had to fight those guys who are B level, C level, and push them. Like um you can even go back to even back in the day, like even way back in the day, guys who were coming up and became contenders. They had to fight the top guys, the guys at the top of the list. Like a guy like Lennox Lewis fought Ray Mercer. Ray Mercer is not chopped liver. He was a champion, I think multi-time champion. And I guess, but Ray
not
Mercer
by any
lost
means.
to Ray Mercer lost to flabby and sick Larry Holmes, right? He got outboxed by flabby and sick Larry
Come
Holmes. But
on,
Ray
champ.
Mercer, for some people, according to some people,
Oh, damn.
arguably he beat Lennox Lewis. To some people, I don't know. I don't
Word.
I don't know if I feel that
It
way,
was a
but
close fight.
arguably,
I mean, I'm
yeah, it was a
not.
close fight. That's what I'm saying. I don't feel that way, but to some people, like, yeah, he gave him a super super tough fight. That was just one of the super tough fights that Lennox had. Like the guy he lost to, I'm forgetting the name right now. The guy who knocked him out, the guy who had like mental
Oliver
problems.
McCall
Yeah, Oliver
or
McCall.
fucking
Like,
Seam Rockman. Yeah, okay.
yeah, Oliver McCall, like crazy chin, had real ability. Like you had to fight guys who had real ability. You had to really go against. Didn't matter if you were champion, like Vladimir Klitschko lost multiple times to guys who were like tough fights. We look at it afterwards, based off his dominance that he had in 2000s. We're like, oh, you shouldn't have lost to those guys because we saw what you became.
Mm,
But if he had never fought those guys, if he never lost to those guys, would he have ever linked with Emmanuel Stewart? Would he have ever been able to change his style and augment and become the fighter
uh,
he became? So that's why I think the eye test is like is just one part of the story. But I do think that you need
of
to
course.
really get in with real good guys, which is why people question Ennis because Ennis didn't fight many tough people coming up. You
Damn.
know, People say this,
Yo,
Crawford's resume is so,
yo.
oh, his resume was bad, but he fought guys who were tough. Like when he fought the British dude, Burns, Ricky Burns. Ricky Burns is a three division champion. Not that that means as
Ricky
much in this era,
Burns.
but Ricky Burns was a tough
Scottish.
fight. Like he fought guys like Mean Machine, who gave guys tough fights. Like he weathered certain storms, to get to that level. And obviously he's not Crawford. Like I said, it's not. It's different things. Keith Thurman fought real tough guys. I remember watching all his fights. Diego Chavez, coming up. Like Diego Chavez obviously never became a champion, was never a great fighter, but I remember him, and boxing fans remember him for being, tough, having power, having some ability. Uh, like you just gotta fight these guys. You gotta fight the guy. Like, I'm randomly spouting off him at the top. Sergio Martinez. Sergio Martinez had to go through the ringer, had to fight Kermit Cintron, got robbed, got a draw, was robbed, had to go fight Paul Williams where nobody wanted to fight him. Had to fight a bunch of those, European, like these are fights that you kind of need so we can see what you're really made of. You know, I think boxing is more than just skill. It's more than just name. It's more than just look. It's like you got to have that heart. You have to have the heart. You have to have that that level that pushes you through, you know? And I think a lot of people have it in the gym. A lot of people can spar. A lot of people have it against lower level opposition. But what happens when you got to face that guy that is really just like there to punch, you know, like the Orlando Solitos, right? Those guys who are just coming forward, who've been through, have 20 losses, but they're just pushing through. How do you go against those guys? You know, how do you show, you know, or how
Yeah.
do you go against the guys who are like who are tricky, who box but spoil? You know that they just spoil all the time. They jab, they grab. How do you go against a guy like Jean Pascal, like Bevo? Bevo went against a Pascal. Like you, how do you go against these guys who come in with their head, who come in, who blitz, who do all kinds of different things? Like how do you deal with those guys? You know, that's what we need to see to really know what level of fighter you are. That's just my opinion. And so I've had to change that. You know,
Wow.
with the Andy Cruz fight last week, when I was watching, I wasn't. I watched it after the fact because I was working. But part of me was like, yeah, he fought he's some solid opposition coming up. But then I was thinking about him like the way that people talked about Andy Cruz and what I was seeing in the fights wasn't the same. You know, I wanted to. You know, I like my Cuban fighters. I like the certain stylistic, but I don't know. I think what I saw from him against I forgot to get Murataya, I was like, okay, he's good,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
just because you did that in the amateurs doesn't mean just because you won gold or you did all this and doesn't mean that you are guaranteed anything in the pros, you know.
No,
So
absolutely not.
yeah, I'm
Wow,
gonna
I
stop
want you to
talking now.
keep cooking, but I wanted to say real quick to the chat, anyone who's in here, y'all see my man Grio. I told you, I told Joe off top, he knows way more about boxing than me. And I'll say that to say this. I put him up against any of you motherfuckers as far as historical knowledge. I know we got some respectable motherfuckers around here. Shout out Mo. Um, uh a thinly veiled shout out to Mick because I'm gonna cook your ass. I ain't forgot about you. Anyway, but you do know your history, your boxing history. But yeah, man, my man Grio, he knows his shit, man. So I'm just like, I was digging in the archives as you going through it, like, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so you got anything else to say on that? If not,
You know, man, I just you know, boxing is just different now. It's different now. Like when I was looking over, I was talking to one of the young kids at the gym. He's one of our best fighters, one of our best young fighters in the gym. He's coming up. We were talking about James Toney earlier today,
yeah.
and I was telling him, I was like, people watch a lot of highlights and they think that like James Toney's was unhittable or some shit like that because they watch highlights. No, James Toney got hit a lot because he would be in the pocket. He was the defense was nowhere near close. It was nice and flashy, but even still, James Toney when he was coming up, he had to fight Mike McCallum, bro. Like Mike McCallum, all time RIP, all time great, underrated. Like under somehow an all time great is underrated. You know what I mean? Like he had to fight Mike McCallum. He had to fight Reggie Johnson. He had to fight freaking big Puerto Rican dude. I forgot his name. Can't think of it right now. But you had to fight these all these guys had to fight real guys coming up, man. You couldn't pad it, you know? You couldn't pad it. You either sink or you sink or you swim. You gotta
Absolutely.
fight real guys,
Okay.
you know? So I think
All
that
right.
that tells us much more than any bullshit ass record that would come up. Because historically in boxing, man, like I could go back to Archie Moore. Archie Moore lost a lot of fights with early on, or what we consider a lot, and then went on some crazy streak where he was just beating everybody, Hall of Famers and all this other shit. Like so, it's not about losing, man. It's not about wins and all about wins and losses. It's about the development. How are you developing? Who are you fighting? Are you getting the right
Mm.
fighter to develop your skill set, or are you just hiding? Or are you just like is your promoter hiding you from guys who will make you better or expose you? So yeah, that's I guess that's
Okay.
my final thought about this. Yeah.
No, I got you. Okay, we can put a bow on that, as I like to say. But then I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna segue into another question. Crawford was my favorite fighter. Okay, because he was thugging it out. and he did everything I wanted him to do. He got me 1.3K on these YouTube streets. Shout out to y'all, even though I took bad odds on that. I can't bet through the, the bodies in California. I can't bet through these sites. So anyway, yeah, I got 1.3K. Great goose in the cup, straight up. Shout out my man E-Rock. I say that to say this. Now that Crawford is retired, who give me his top 3 of your favorite fighters and an explanation as short or as long as you want it to be, because it's just us two up here cooking right now. So you can cook for a minute, but yeah, I want to know without Crawford, who are your top 3 favorite? I'm not saying who you think is the best, like who you root for in your heart of hearts and why. You got it. Grio, you muted.
Top 3 right
I
now.
muted you. Go ahead. Yeah. Like that you want to root for, that you want to see succeed. I gotta okay. Hey, let me go first because I only said Abdullah. I'm gonna say Mason. I'm gonna say Bam Rodriguez, and I'm gonna say David Benavidez. Because Mason is a very young fighter with a lot of talent and a lot of potential, and I want to see him maximize that. I mean, that's kind of generic, but yeah, I just like how he approaches shit, and he's not afraid to get touched to give something back. So he's thugging it out. So more to that point. Now, Bam Rodriguez, I just like his style overall. I think since he's at such a lighter weight class, he gets overshadowed or ignored rather, and he should get more recognition because he has a lot of dynamics to his game. Always comes with a good game plan, and again, not afraid to thug it out. Y'all know my favorite fighter of all time is Mike Tyson. So certain fighters, I ain't gonna take it there for tonight. I'm gonna leave it there. But certain fighters don't want to fucking exchange, and they're more avoidant or defensively responsible. That's not the style I favor. And then to wrap it up, like I said, number 3, Benavidez. Not only do I like his volume punching and ability to walk people down, but Canelo fucking ducked him. But yeah, okay. Now I'm gonna pass the mic to you. He'll see you. Now I'm gonna pass the mic to you, Grio. Your top 3 favorite and why, please.
I used to be more of I used to have more favorite fighters. I probably did, and I think boxing like soured me on boxing soured me on following people because it was like, damn, a dude would get injured and they wouldn't fight, or they would get frozen out, and then so I would say like Benavidez is one of my guys for sure. Like since he was like 20, for sure. I
Okay.
remember his fights against I forgot dude's name. I'm forgetting. But this guy was with PBC. He was no, he wasn't PBC. He was with Mayweather Promotions. I can't remember his name, but he was like some European fighter, like Eastern European fighter, I think. That Benavidez beat twice. I remember his fights back then. Benavidez, I want to see succeed. Um I like his work ethic. I like that he actually wants to take tough fights, and everything Canelo asked him to do, he did, and he wasn't rewarded with the fight by
I like
being
a
the best.
redemption arc. Not to cut
Yeah.
you off, but yeah, I like the redemption. He did a little bit of powder, but he got back on track. Yeah, it happens.
I would say a dark horse, Asles Iglesias, who is now number 1 at IBF,
Oh wow.
who has been waiting to
Okay.
fight everybody, and everybody's been like, nah, we don't want to fight. He's Cuban, but he fights a bit more aggressive than I guess what the Cuban style in the pros has become to be, even though Cuba has lots of styles, lots of boxing styles. But he's, very interesting fighter, aggressive, offensive minded, very skilled. And I'm excited to see where he goes, where his career goes in 168. Hopefully he isn't frozen out and ducked, but unfortunately it's seeming like that might happen. But regardless, he's the number 1 for IBF, and he's going to be fighting for the vacant belt against somebody, no matter how low down the IBF they go. And yeah, I'm excited to see where he goes. Um, number three. Number three. Who am I looking out for? Number three.
Come on, let's go with your heart.
Damn, this is tough. This is difficult. I wouldn't say Ennis is my top three favorite, but I definitely want to see him really, really, real step up. Like really step up and fight somebody really tough, man. Seriously, like
Ah, damn, man, I can count on you. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you cook, but then I got to
to fight is
piggyback on that.
tough.
Go ahead, man.
Like I was a big Stanionis guy. I still like Stanionis. Um, he beat him very easily. But I just feel like a lot of his fights were just a little bit too. I need him to step up. I need him to like really. We're hearing like Hearn. We're hearing from Hearn that Kelly and Ennis are already scheduled for the fight, and I'm like no. That's why I hope Murtazaliev destroys Kelly, just so I can see if you actually want to fight. Let's see if you actually want to fight. I want to see if you actually want to fight Murtazaliev after he destroys Josh Kelly. Like, so
Oh
I wouldn't
no.
say he's in my top three favorite, but I'm anxious to see what he does. I want to see him actually fight someone. I want to see if his talent actually is is really there. I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired
No, no,
of
no.
the
Okay,
pump
we
faking.
gon' we gonna do
Yeah,
that. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
I'm tired of the pump faking, and it's time.
Go
It's
ahead.
time to fight
Yeah, you
somebody.
tired of
It's time
him
to fight somebody
bullshitting.
real. Let's go. So
I
I would say those are my
I
three
agree,
most
man.
not my three favorite, but my three. Two of them are my favorite: Benavidez and Iglesias. But Ennis,
Mhm.
I'm waiting to see you fight. Like I'm ready to see you fight somebody good and do something at 154. Cause 147 was a whole bunch of nothing. So Tom, it's time.
A big nothing burger. He didn't fight nobody that was actually lit at the time. He didn't fight a Thurman. He didn't fight a Spence. He didn't fight a Bud. I feel you, champ. Okay. Okay. Um, you took me in so many different directions. I'm trying to find out where if decide where I want to land. Um, okay. So let's go here. What would you consider? Like, give me a list of names that you would consider Boots, quote unquote, challenging himself at 154 because there's so many. But give me like, I don't know, you can give me fucking 3 to 5 to 10. I could name 10 motherfuckers I would like to see him fight. But who would you consider him challenging himself against? That's my basic question.
If Murders Aliev bodies Josh Kelly like I and other people expect, you gotta fight him. Fight him. You talking all the yeah, we in there to fight Kelly. No, no, fight Murders Aliev. And then I mean obviously the Zayas, he is a mandatory for Zayas, I think Zayas and Baru. So I would be
Yeah.
disappointed if Murtaz Aliyev destroys Josh Kelly and Ennis decides to go after the easier option, which would be the Zayas and Baru fight. Not which was not easy. It's not easy because that's disrespectful to those guys. But I'd be disappointed if he took the easier option instead of going after Murtaz Aliyev. That would tell me a lot about Ennis and his team and what they actually think that he can do.
Mm,
You know, that would tell me a lot. You know, that
okay.
would tell me a lot about their direction. Because like I said, if we're talking about Ennis and Kelly are gonna fight when the Murders Aliyev and Kelly fight isn't even done, and then you go and fight Baru and Baru's IS winner, then I know where your team is at. I know exactly where you're at. You
Yo,
know,
okay. So what if he fights each of those winners? I don't know how to phrase it, but you know what I'm saying? Like either one of those winners. That's there you go.
it's still a good fight. It's
Then
still a good
I'll
fight.
give him props.
It's still a good fight. It's a good fight. I'm not gonna shit on him for fighting guys he's a mandatory for. But I'm just based off like I said, based off this conversation about Kelly and Ennis having this fight schedule already signed, and then going to pump fake would be going to fight somebody on the other side would be a joke. I don't really care
Okay.
about Ortiz at this point. I mean, both Ortiz and Ennis need to go fight for a belt. Go fight somebody at 154. I don't care if they fight each other at this point. I'm not that excited for that fight. I haven't been. Um, And I knew that fight wasn't gonna happen. So, you know, he can fight a bunch of guys in 154. 154 is really is a great division.
Right. No, no,
I mean,
absolutely. I think
Fundora. I
that's the
forgot
deepest
Fundora is
division
still there.
in boxing right now.
Fundora has a belt. Like
All these guys.
that's entertaining. Any of
Yeah,
those
so I
guys,
just wanted to
any
get
belt
okay.
holder.
Okay. Any belt holder and motherfuckers that ain't got belts and Ortiz, the fucking
Yeah,
yeah, even a loser or that. I just want to see some spice. Just put some sauce on it, man. Not too much sauce, but put some sauce on it, man. As I like to say. But yeah, he needs to challenge himself. This shit has gone on for too long, and I'm getting impatient.
I'm
That's
looking
my
at
overall
154 right
point.
now.
But no, there's like 10 names against which he could challenge himself that I would respect at his new division. So I'm not with that shit, man.
I'm
I
looking at
call it straight across
154
the
right now.
board. It ain't
Let's
about
see who's at
race.
154.
Well, you looking at the rankings, I'll tell you, motherfuckers. I'll tell you a boss. I'll tell you Ortiz. I'll tell you fucking Fundora. I'll
Shit,
tell you even a
Madrimov.
Tim Zoo.
Shit,
I'll
Madrimov would
tell
be a
you,
good
yep,
fight.
Madrimov. I'll put him in the mix. I'll tell you all type of motherfuckers.
Let's see.
But no, okay, y'all read off the rest of them because I'm not coming to top ahead, but I know there's way more than that.
I mean, we
I
know
didn't even name all
Thurman.
the belt holders.
I guess Thurman and Fundora are gonna be
Yeah,
fighting
even a
if I remember
Thurman, I would
correctly.
respect.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers ain't talking about Charlo. There's all type of motherfuckers.
Brandon Adams, who beat Boachuk on I think it was the Canelo undercard. Brandon Adams
He did.
that's a big win over Boachuk, who people thought he beat Ortiz. Um, yeah, Brandon Adams would be a good fight. It'll be a tough fight. He'd win. I think he'd win, but you got to go fight. You got to do it. You got to fight it. I can't do imaginary, like matchups. Oh yeah, he's gonna win just because. Nah, we're not doing that no more.
No,
We're
no,
not doing that
we ain't
anymore.
doing that. Yeah,
Yeah, any of those guys.
yeah, man.
Like any of those guys are good fights. Murtazaliev, Madrimov, Ortiz, Fundora, Adams, Baru, winner of Baru and Zayas. You know, why not?
Absolutely.
Fight
I'm
somebody
with you,
tough.
champ. Fight somebody tough. That's long story short. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, but up until this time, I know the Boots fans, yo, and I feel like a hypocrite. I want to say this. I'm going to acknowledge this because my number one, I'm not saying it's the end all be all, but since my number one criteria is the eye test and Boots passes that, you still got to do it against competition, man. So, you know, you can't just fucking eye test against a bum in the alley. Not disrespect his opponents, but yeah, he got to step it up to a higher level. If you do that eye test, that same shit against these high level dudes, then you get all the props in the world. But I'm withholding my props, so to speak, until you actually do that against a high level opponent, a champion, or any of these guys that we've been naming. Some of them are not champions, even Ortiz, man. I don't know. Well, I do know why that fight fell through, but I don't respect it. Um, anyway, he got a lot of heat up there at 154. That's the most lit division in all of boxing, in my opinion. And I want to see motherfuckers really go in. That's where I'm at with it. Um, what do you think, Grio? What is the hottest division? I think you agree with me. Some people argue for 140, but what is the most lit division in boxing, in your opinion?
I mean, I like 154, but I think 168 is a sleeper. I think because now that Canelo has
Nah, that's
relinquished
some
all the
bullshit.
belts, he's relinquished all the belts that now these guys can really fight. You
No, no,
have
no, no,
Lester.
no, 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 no. I'm not gonna let you do that. I'm sorry, champ, but I can't. I can't. Did he have the belts when they scattered into the Infinity Stones when they scattered like the Dragon Balls? Negative. Crawford had the motherfucking belts. He
Oh,
took
my
them
fault.
all up off of
My
him,
fault. My
and
fault. My
then
fault.
they
My fault.
scattered like the Dragon
My fault. I
Balls.
forgot. I forgot.
Okay. We just got to get it
I
right.
forgot. I
We got to get
forgot.
it right.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, you're right. After Crawford beat Canelo 9-3, 10-2, and then decided to retire
Oh,
and went on as perfect farewell. But yeah, the belts that Canelo held for such hostage for such a long time are now free. So we have guys like I said, Iglesias. I'm a big. We have Lester Martinez and Bealey. Shiraz is still at 168. Munguia is still there, but I'm not really high on Munguia. But he's a good fighter. You got the guy who beat Caleb Plant, Resendiz. I forgot who Resendiz is fighting. He's fighting somebody. Melikuziev. This is a really good. You have Pacheco, who I'm not high on, but this is a good
mm.
division. He's a really good fight. If these guys would just fight each other, this is a really good a shot for this division to be really good. So I like 168 overall.
I'm not feeling it. I'm sorry, champ. I'm just not feeling it. I feel that shit is dry. Not as dry as 160, but the the vagina ain't moist, man. I'm gonna say it like that. Cause no, because they tried the WBC elevating M. Billy to line them fucking Canelo up with the easy bench. I'm not feeling that. Maybe that's why, like, I'm letting that override the whole total of the division, but I'm not feeling that, man,
They
because
just
that's a
ruled that
rollover. That's another Canelo fight, man. I'm heated. Go ahead.
they just ruled that he has to rematch Lester Martinez. So
Oh, and Billy and Lester
yeah,
Martinez,
yeah.
even
The
after he got
WBC,
elevated. Are you sure
yeah,
about
the
that?
WC just ruled it
Well, I
that he
like
would
that
have to rematch him.
because I thought Canelo had the WBC in his back pocket. Not to cut you off, I'm gonna let you cook, but no, I figured he had him in their pocket. They're always fucking giving him fellatio. So yeah, man. Okay, well, if he actually has to have the rematch to defend his title, absolutely. And Billy versus Lester Martinez, I felt that Martinez won the fucking initial match, so I'm with that. If that's what
Hmm.
they're doing, let's go. How you feel about that?
Let's get it. We need that to be resolved. We need that to be resolved.
Yeah. Who did you have in the first fight?
It was so tough, man. That day, I don't know. It was such a great fight, man. But I thought Lester Martinez did the better boxing. I thought he was more composed. I thought he hurt Mbili. I thought he probably edged it, but I was fine with a draw, which most people I was watching with were fine with the draw as well. But I thought that Martinez
It
edged it
wasn't egregious.
by a
I
bit.
did lean Martinez, but if that's the next fight, then absolutely. I'm glad you brought that to my attention. These motherfuckers be talking about shit, that ain't necessarily, you know, can't be corroborated. I'll put it like that. But okay, I trust your judgment. I trust your sources. You a motherfucker like me looking at the data. So hey, if it's coming from Grio, it's coming from me. I'll back my man up 100%. Okay. So you said that the Zayas fight was the one you're looking forward to most
No,
outside of T.O. Shakur. Is that correct, or did I
no,
mishear you?
I like the Hitchens and Duarte fight. I don't think that's the second most, but I'm actually more. It's more like I just want to see where things go. The Murders Aliyev, I want to see what happens with him and Kelly, and then obviously Abbas Baru and Xander Zayas. I would say
Yo, I'ma
as far
just
as what I care about the most and who I'm interested in, I want Mirza Aliyev to succeed because they've been ducking him for a long time. They've been trying their hardest to avoid him and calling and saying his name, but don't want to fight him. But then I like that Zayas and Baru are unifying. So I would say, you know what, you might be right. That might be my second fight, second most important fight that I care about, and then Mirza Aliyev would be my third, just for a personal thing, you know.
no, I hear you. I hear you. But I would definitely say because I see it as the closest, the one I can't call, the one I would not put any bread on. is fucking Zayas and Baru. So yeah, man, I can't even call it. It's just so spicy. The fundamentals, the aggression, um, versus the aggression rather. Um, wow, it's gonna be an amazing fight. Yo, I'm just gonna like I'm gonna be eating, sleeping, and watching boxing. That's all I'm gonna do all weekend. I swear to y'all.
Oh
And going
man,
live, I guess. But yeah,
you're
it's
lucky.
just a bliss. It's a boxing fan's fantasy. What more could you ask for at this state in boxing? That's why I wanted to push this message yesterday. I go on 2 days ago, but I've been going live almost every day to push the message that we need to appreciate what we're getting instead of fucking regretting what we're not getting. People want to complain all the time. I'm trying to be positive about this shit and say, wow, we're moving in the right direction. It's not going to turn around overnight, is my overall point. So we got fucking, what's the boy? You know, David or Dana White, coming with Zuffa Boxing. We got all these cards, a lit weekend at the perfect time in between the championship games in the NFL and the Super Bowl, and y'all ain't fucking excited about this? It's bullshit, man. Let's get hype. If you real boxing fans, let's go, man. There's so much to look forward to just this weekend, and the shit is going up. The trajectory of boxing is going up, and it's gonna be a process. So be patient. Okay, okay. Let me calm down. What you feel about that though?
Look, man, most of us have been following boxing a long time, and we've been disappointed for a long time. And whenever we see strides, we're like, yo, okay, boxing's coming together. We're gonna get the matchups that we need. The corruption is gonna be, it's gonna be it's gonna be good, hopefully, and then there's always a step backwards somehow. There's always a step backwards because boxing, everybody, every promoter, every man for themselves instead of coming together, instead of like seeing the model for like other sports,
Hmm.
football, basketball, soccer, whatever, tennis. You see the model of coming together, meaning that we're going to make that much more money and have that much more visibility. Everybody tries to do their own thing, which is why Top Rank is putting fights on Tubi. And and we got the
Yeah,
zone, and then we have fights over here, we have fights over here, and
Paramount.
Zuffa and this and Paramount. They're like, no, like this, it's not good for boxing. We need to bring it together. But I do agree with you. Just accept it for what it is. Like enjoy the fights that we have now. You don't work in a I don't work in the boxing industry. You don't work in the boxing industry. Though people ask me,
No,
like people ask me, like, yeah, maybe you should become a judge. Maybe you should become a this.
I guess I'm
People definitely do
ancillary
ask me,
now, but
but I don't work in the boxing industry, so all I can do is enjoy the fight, man. All I can do is enjoy the fights. That's it. That's all that matters to me. At one point, all I would do is complain, but I haven't done that for years. Now I'm just like, if the fight happens, cool. If it doesn't, okay. I'll just take what we do have on Saturday is a lot of great fights. You know, we gonna find a way to watch them
absolutely.
and find a way to appreciate them, and I'm sure we gonna get some classics. So
I'm about to just I'm about to go so crazy. It's gonna be another one of those weekends.
he said, "Y'all
Okay, I
complain
think
when
this is
boxing is free on Tubi."
yeah. I was gonna say this is lightweight targeted at you. His train of comments because that's the first one, but it's not the last one. So you see that y'all complain when every fight is on PPV, and then you mentioned Tubi. So he said y'all complain when boxing is free on Tubi. And then he finished it off with "Can't win with boxing fans." How do you feel? You care to respond?
I don't think
Excuse
I
me.
don't think
You
I'm
care to
complaining
respond to
about
that?
it being free on Tubi. I'm complaining that the fact that Top Rank let their ESPN contract go, and ESPN looked and saw that Top Rank kept on giving them bullshit fights, and now they have to be on Tubi, and so the visibility is lower. That's what I'm complaining. I'm complaining that the visibility isn't high for boxing. That's what I care about. I care about boxing being spread to casual fans. I care about boxing having a bigger profile. I care about boxing having the matchups that we want. I pay for the zone. I pay for pay-per-view cards. I pay for all this shit when I don't have to, but I do.
Yeah, Mo,
I
I'm gonna
paid for
tell you like
ESPN.
this.
I paid for ESPN for years when I didn't have to.
My man Grillo, it's gonna be hard to poke holes in his argument because he's like me, but like he doesn't get hyphy like that. He doesn't turn up. So it's like a level-headed version of me. So you're not gonna find a lot of holes in his arguments. But yeah, I understood what he was saying. Maybe you misunderstood him. He was not complaining. He was just saying, let's consolidate it or make it easier, more accessible for the average fan to do it. They don't have to subscribe to three or four different platforms. If I don't, if I got that right. But
Zayas and Baru is
okay,
is
okay.
a two belt unification that needs to be major. Like
It
boxing,
is.
the casual
And
fans don't even know
motherfuckers
who
don't
the
want
hell
to
is
talk about
fighting.
it.
Casual fans don't even know that they're fighting.
Man.
You know what I mean? Like that's not good. That's not good for
Insane.
boxing. The
No, no,
casual
no.
fans don't know.
Absolutely. I agree with you. Oh, come on, champ. Dwayne, I thought let me put up this one because you're doing too much.
I love Canelo. I love him.
He is Mexican. He spent time in Mexico. I don't know if he's still down there, but like a month ago he was down there. Um, and Dwayne Styles is a young dude. A lot of these young Mexican dudes, like say Canelo is a goat. Even okay, it's like Serrata, Fun Truck, and fucking Dwayne Styles are fucking riding Canelo, not acknowledging that he fucking ducked. If you want to fucking refute me, pull up on the panel and I'll cuss you out. But yeah, man, same man. Oh, Dwayne, he said, I'm still in Mexico. No, I'm not trying to be fucking like these dudes know me. That's why I say that shit. But yeah. I'm not really trying to be adversarial, should I say? But y'all tripping. Too much
Salvador
Canelo
Sanchez
riding.
is still the goat. Salvador Sanchez is
Salvador Sanchez, speak
still the
on
GOAT
it.
Mexican
That's
fighter.
my dude.
There's no better Mexican fighter ever than Salvador.
Ever. Hell yeah. Marco wants to pull out and say, oh, well, he had a short window. That's like saying Biggie wasn't great because he only put out 2 albums before he got popped. Come on, man. You got to give respect where respect is due. He's not my number one, granted, but you still got to put, the appropriate amount of respect on it because you don't know what he would have done. But what he did do was fucking incredible. So if I can put that on as a West Coast dude, for real, if I can fucking put shine on Biggie, put him in my top 5, then y'all got to put Salvador Sanchez way up there in terms of Mexican fighters, if not all-time fighters. He was that dude. Discord. Did I drop it? I'll drop it again. Can you hold me down for like 30 seconds while I get the Discord link, champ?
Sure thing.
Grio, I'm talking to you.
I got you, man.
Just keep him busy, please.
Yeah, Salvador. Look, man, he beat future Hall of Famers. Like great guys. I mean, he fought the tough guys. He had to fight the 15-round fights. He had the stamina. He had the he had to.
I'll drop the Discord later, I suppose. But
that.
Okay.
That's what
again,
like,
let's go back to this weekend. Who else did we talk about? How about Williams or Miller rather? I don't know why I said Williams. Jarrell Miller. How you feel about him? Will he be successful in this fight, in your opinion, Grio?
Who's he fighting? Who's he fighting again?
Okay. Maybe with connection problems. I'll cook.
Who's he fighting?
Yeah, I do favor him. I think it'll be a slugfest. I don't know too much about his opponent. I need to do a little more homework on him. I've seen 1 or 2 fights, but yeah, I do see Miller pulling it off. He's just kind of got that dog in him, assuming he doesn't have PEDs in him. But yeah, man. I got Miller. Excuse me. Okay, I see we got Koki, we got Dwayne Styles in the building, we got Fun Truck, Little Bros. Hold on, let me pull this up. Little Bros in the footage. Who are you talking to, Fun Truck? Sent that a couple minutes ago. Oh, Dwayne. You're talking to D Styles. Yeah, man. Don't be hesitant to send your footage in. Again, I'm kind of a hypocrite, but I never said I was gonna send no footage in. I'm not in the gym, man. I've been in the boxing gym one time when I was a child. So I done amateur wrestling. I done jujitsu. I got a black belt in taekwondo. I did pro wrestling, but it's yeah, I never boxed like that. So y'all got it. I never claimed to be anything that I'm not. Fun truck say there's only one, little bro. Yo, Grio, let me know when you back up. Otherwise, I'm gonna rock this shit solo.
You can hear me?
But
Yep.
absolutely excited about this weekend of boxing. It's just I'm a little upset. People aren't digging deep enough into it. They're just talking Shakur. If anything, I mean the casuals ain't talking at all. But if anything, they talking fucking Shakur Tio, and there's so much more going on, so many more belts on the line, and even without the belt, so many more fights. So I'm like, I'm super hyped, man. I'ma just yo, it's gonna be a lot of food. And right now, since I'm trying to, maintain my weight, it's going to be a lot of cider, a lot of hard cider instead of the hazy IPA I used to drink. And it's going to be a lot of boxing, man. And I'm going to be in a nirvana. I'm going to put it like that, a boxing nirvana. That's what I'm going to call it this weekend. So, absolutely, man. I'm hype. Uh, Fun truck, Clarissa, I made you a mod. Sorry about getting you timed out. How can you time out a mod? I don't know. Oh, maybe you had got her timed out before and then you made her a mod. I don't know. That's internal. But anyway, yo, thank y'all for rocking with me. Yo, Grio, are you still there? Should I drop you and bring you back up? We're having a great chop,
You can hear
but
me?
I like to go back and forth. I'm not really the monologue type of guy, so we've been over on here for over an hour. I might just drop out. It's almost it's approaching midnight. Closing statements. All right. Yo, Clarissa, I'm going again tomorrow. Um, and Jackie should be there. And I would appreciate if you could pull up too. It might be two ladies on not like that, but two ladies and one guy. So I would appreciate you pulling up. I always appreciate the female presence on my live streams. That means a lot because we tapped in. The female audience in boxing is scarce. So, yo, I will say this before I hop off. Just something that came across my mind. Looking at my analytics, my number 2 market is Indonesia. I found that interesting. Indonesia is tapped the fuck in. Yo, I found that hilarious. I did not expect that. And then the UK after that, which I did expect. Shout out Mick and fucking R. Hayes, these guys. And even I forget the other dude. Anyway, hey, yeah, Indonesia. Yo, hold on. I'm gonna show this. That is my second biggest market. Is Indonesia. That's like almost 10%. Essentially, it is like 9.9. Indonesia. Fuck with me. Yeah. Yeah. But yo, this was a lot of fun. We got a couple hours in today. Hey, shout out to y'all, man. Everyone who supports me. We getting closer and closer to our goal. I just want to be monetized at some point in this year. And not that I do it for the money, but just, I want the people to say, let's go champ, man. I just want the people behind me. And I know once I get to 500, this shit's going to take off, man. Yeah. Okay. Shout out, Rob. Say you worldwide, CJ. Shout out D Styles. Like, subscribe, and super chat. Oh, you can't do it yet. Exactly. I need to get monetized. And the views are going up, but my energy is going down. So Canelo beats Crawford in the rematch. Well, that part obviously I don't agree to. But it ain't gonna be no rematch. Man, Crawford rather is a man of his word. He got integrity. He's not gonna come out of retirement. So that's it, champ. All right, Grio. All right, you just either you lost connection or you ran out of energy. I know it's way later over there. It's almost midnight for me. It's almost 3 a.m. for you. So, hey man, same man. Thank you for tapping in. But yeah, we're gonna leave it at that for tonight. I'll be back tomorrow, either with a Mick Diss or just a regular stream. Salute.